Alright, hi there YouTube, this is Morris in America, and this is very laggy. I apologize because it's on my laptop, but yeah, right now I'm playing on the Korean version of Dragon Blaze. However, this is just a trick. I'm gonna be actually talking about something else. So you're not gonna see a lot of gameplay in this video. What I'm gonna talk about are the ultimate skills for the keys, for the Dragon Busters, the Dark Souls, and the Giant keys. Now when it comes to global, they only got the Dark Soul keys and the Dragon Buster keys. They do not have any of the Giants yet. Now when Chapter 4 hits and as we progress through Chapter 4, the Giant keys will be released in waves of 2. And yeah, it's just that it's going to be a while for global. Now the Korean Dragon Blaze, they already have all the all the Giant keys, and most likely we're gonna have different difficulty modes for Chapter 4 before we get into Chapter 5 and all that other good stuff. If that's what's going on. I might be wrong. But anyways, yeah. Before I get started, let me just say this. There's 2 messages, and 2 points I want to kind of cover. The first one will be covering about the videos that's going to be released tomorrow and maybe this week, no promises. But in tomorrow's video, I will be talking about Awaken main character skills and what build you kind of want to go for if you're doing X, Y, and Z. Now that video in itself may be very long. I might be releasing that late tomorrow night, who knows, because it's going to depend on the editing and rendering I have to do. But yeah, other than that video, I'm also working on editing and rendering the other videos, especially when it comes to my global progress. Now, if you saw my last stream when I did Guild Adventures in global, you notice that I have the Asker key, and I haven't released the video of me making Asker in global. I did make Asker in the Korean version, but not in global yet, so I'm still working on that video. And when it comes to editing and rendering, it takes a long time apparently on my laptop. But yeah, other than those videos, I'm also working on videos that will help new players when it comes to Dragon Blaze Global and Dragon Blaze Korea, because you know there's a lot of things that I kind of want to give you guys a heads up about. And most likely, if you look at the tips for the global version, you can also carry that to the Korean version of Dragon Blaze. But that's like I said, a huge work in progress, so you're not going to see that video anytime soon until I make sure I cover all of the points for it. But going back over here, my second point is kind of advertising for supercoolestgeek channel. Now, the reason why I'm always doing this and giving him a huge shout out is because he's the guy that brought me into Dragon Blaze. Now, I know there's a bunch of other Dragon Blaze YouTubers out there and streamers and stuff, and that's totally fine. I did kind of give you guys a shout out with my other videos. I might not have got every... That didn't sound like proper English, excuse me. I might miss you, and if I did, I apologize, but yeah. The reason why I'm screaming out supercoolestgeek stuff and kind of advertising for him when he doesn't want me to, but I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, is because he's the reason why I'm playing Dragon Blaze again. When I saw his videos, I was quite entertained, and then I can't speak because I'm talking about how he got me back into the game. But yeah, just because I watched his videos and stuff, it made me want to play it again, so I decided to get it back and look at where I am now in both the global and Korean version of Dragon Blaze. So, huge shout out to you, bro. Thank you for what you're doing, and if you haven't seen his videos or subscribed to him, definitely do so, because he has a lot of content. He's been playing global Dragon Blaze ever since it got released. Give that guy some love too. But yeah, if you don't know much about the Dragon Busters or the Dark Soul keys, supercoolestgeek has been producing videos where he goes over their skills, look at their animation, and also ask the viewers or ask other Dragon Blaze players what they are good for. And if you're new to the game, this will actually help you kind of broaden your horizon. Now there's some other things that I'll point out, like I've made a video talking about helpful links the 4 Dragon Blades in general, both the Korean and global. So I'll put that at the end of this video. Not only am I gonna put that video at the end of this video, I will also have a video of me explaining maxing out and ultimate keys, the benefits for it, along with a literal demonstration of when I ultimate my Sasha key in the Korean version of Dragon Blaze. So yeah, go ahead and check that out later. But for now, let me go over these Dragon Busters in Dark Souls and Giant Keys and the ultimate skills. Now I'm gonna be going really quick about this, and if you want to give your commentary on if that skill, ultimate skill, sounds good or bad for its kit and stuff, then go ahead and put that in the comments below. But anyways, let me just get started now. So, the Dragon Buster Pluto. His ultimate skill is a self buff, and it gives permanent reflection shield of 10% damage and can stack up to 5 times. Now there's a 3 seconds cooldown for it, if I'm getting that right, because there's also times over here compared to the passive skill, which doesn't have anything. So here's the thing when it comes to ultimate skills. I think I'm safe to say this properly. Now I'm running Revenger Belphegor now on the sidelines, but I don't think you'll be able to see the 4th skill even though you may have an ultimate key. Now, I can't say that for sure because as you can see here, my Asker key on the Korean version of Dragon Blaze is +5. And the only ultimate key I have is Sasha, but I can't equip it on my main character because there's no encounter main character yet. So that's what I'm going to state right now, and most likely I'm right because if you look at Sasha's skills, there's only 3 of them still. The 4th one is not, I don't know where the 4th skill is, so it might be only used by the main, used by that key in itself, so it won't be visible. But like I said, I might be wrong. But moving on, Dragon Buster Stigma. His ultimate skill is a self buff and increases the normal attack by 100% and critical chance by 48. And as you can see here, there's no timer, so this is going to be active like a passive skill. And that does add a much oomph to him, like, you know, DPS and stuff. The next key will be Dragon Buster Arnis. And if I remember, his ultimate skill is also self buff. However, this self buff, each time an enemy dies, increases his cooldown reduction by 50%, dexterity plus 25% for 20 seconds. This can stack up to 2 times and cannot be erased. So yeah, it can't be debuffed. So if someone tried to debuff him, like maybe a priest, a main character, main awakened priest, yeah, that's not possible. Or maybe someone else. But yeah. Here's Dragon Buster Iota. Now, his ultimate skill is Summon 4th card. Now, Iota is very, very, very useful when it comes to World Boss. And as you can see here, his ability summons a 4th card that buff increased damage to boss by 22% to all allies. That's a huge support, especially if you're more the World Boss kind of guy. So, if you want to get that oomph, yeah, definitely ultimate Iota. Unless you have something else in mind, but yeah. Dragon Buster Gaia. I think I'm saying it right, yeah. Gaia's ultimate skill is a self buff and it's add 50% of damage per second on her every attack. Wasn't Gaia supposed to... Well, I don't know if the genders are right, so whatever I'm reading is gonna be whatever I read. So if you get triggered by the fact that I said her instead of him, I'm just reading what's stated here. And I think that I remember Yuli telling me that some of the Dragon Busters that are he's are supposed to be she's, but I don't know. I can't read the Korean text, so I can't vouch for anything. And most likely, if that's the case, I might end up calling these Dragon Busters it instead of their proper gender. But I think I'll stick with saying Omega is a she. Now, Omega's ultimate skill is a party buff and it increases party attack by 20%. Nothing that big, but it's a support sort of buff that kind of helps out when it comes to attack. Dragon Buster Epsilon, and this is the last Dragon Buster. Epsilon's ultimate skill is a self buff, and this increases self intelligence by 12% and cooldown recovery by 10%. That sounds alright. So, yeah, those are the 7 Dragon Busters right there. Go ahead and put your comments and stuff down below if you want to say something. But moving on, let's go to the Dark Soul keys now. So Dark Soul Ragnarok, his ultimate skill is a demonic heat wave. All his attacks will be critical when his death passive is triggered. Now, if you don't know what his death passive is when you kill him. This is when he's gonna go ham and try to, dish out as much damage before he reverts back to whoever's holding his key, or to death even. But yeah, all his attacks will be critical. Now, I think that's a good or bad thing, I don't know. Like I said, you guys can give your commentary down below. Dark Soul Tier. Now, her ultimate skill is Saber Recital. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Every time an ally dies, she increases her critical damage by 96, defense penetration by 60 for 20 seconds, and stack up to 5 times. Now, of course this is gonna work when you're with your actual party, but I'm curious too if this actually kicks in when you're also in raids, because that's gonna give a huge amount of burst damage, and Tyr does a good amount of burst damage when you do raids with her. That's why she can actually carry sometimes in most of the Korean raids. But yeah, let me know if that ultimate skill kicks in when it comes to raids. Alright, so moving on, Dark Soul Thanatos. His ultimate skill is Day of Judgment. Inflicts damage to all enemies every 5 seconds. That sounds deadly in itself, but this is very useful when it comes to PvE stuff. When it comes to Hydra, maybe. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, it's an AoE ultimate skill. Now, the next Dark Soul key is Shiva, and her ultimate skill is Flowers of Awakening. This increases the party's attack by 14% and stamina by 7%. Okay, that's an okay buff. Okay, do I need to explain what Dark Soul Sasha's ultimate skill is? I could just start saying it without looking at it. But once again, explaining her ultimate skill, it seems like I'm gonna fall for her. But yeah, my heart's too Kamel, so she's kind of like one of those girlfriends, but not my girlfriend sort of dealio. But anyways, her ultimate skill is called Double Soul Gem, and Sasha's able to invoke a maximum of 2 Dark Souls in battle. So yeah, she can summon 2 Dark Souls, which means more utility to your party, or whoever she summons can help you out and stuff. So yeah. But anyways, wait, what did I click on? Okay, so Dark Soul Morgana. Her ultimate skill is Chill Area. Decreases enemies' debuff resist by 50 and immunity by 50. So most likely that's gonna open up to all of the debuffs you can place on your enemies. This could be very useful when it comes to maybe arena and stuff. So yeah. And lastly, the last Dark Soul key is Asker. His ultimate skill is Muffler and Angra. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If not, you guys can lecture me in the comments below. But continuing on, this decreases all enemies' attack speed by 16% and grants 33% random damage for all allies. debuff and a buff. Asker is actually pretty good when it comes to that. But anyways, that's all for the Dark Soul keys. Go ahead and put in the comments below what you think is the most helpful skill out of them all, or which one should have a little bit more oomph in it. But yeah, moving on to the Giants. Now, the Giants do not have... Wait, I feel like I'm missing one. This Atlas, this Tethys, Prometheus, Hyperion, Helios. I think I missed Kronos. How did I miss Kronos? I missed Kronos, apparently. Put you over here. What was it? Kronos was before Helios? I think, but yeah. Anyways, going back. If it does load. It's not loading because most likely it's trying to load this. Laptop's being a toaster. This is why I should get a new laptop, guys. But I'm actually saving my money because of that. Wait, it's showing me the picture. I don't want to see his picture. I'll go do him in the end. Alright, let me start talking about it. Now, if you notice, these keys are organized by their release date. So, most likely, we're gonna get Atlas first and Tethys. So, I'm gonna review over his skills in a different video. Most likely, supercoolestgeek also he'll make a video when she gets released as well. But I'm just gonna skip to the ultimate skill. Atlas' ultimate skill is resistance to fate. 28% damage inflicted by her is recovered in health and increases her own immunity by 41. So she can lifesteal. 28% inflicted by her is recovered. Well, I wouldn't say it's a lifesteal. It's more of like if you hit her, she gets HP back. Well, 28% of it. So yeah. Trying to kill her might be a little bit harder. Now moving on, Giant Tethys, her ultimate skill is Power Word. Okay, increases party's attack by 18% and grants 14% additional damage. So if I remember, Shiva had that same sort of skill. No, that's not Shiva. No, that's not Shiva, that's Tyr. That was Thanatos, here's Shiva. Shiva increases the party attack by 14% and stamina by 7%. So, most likely, Tethys' ultimate skill grants a lot... It's not... What was it? I'm trying to remember numbers now. I think Tethys gives a little bit more party attack, yeah, by 4%, so it's 18%. And then an additional 14% damage as well. So Tethys' her ultimate skill gives a lot more damage compared to Shiva's ultimate skill, where it gives damage and a little bit more HP. But yeah, moving on, Prometheus. His ultimate skill is Frenzy. Grants 85% additional damage to bosses for self. And yeah, by that skill alone, well, he's very useful in World Boss, so if you want to increase your score when he comes out, getting him is kind of a good investment. Giant Hyperion. Now his ultimate skill is Bullet Amplification. This increases his maximum bullet gauge to 6 and increased recharge rate by 40%. And I have no clue what that means, so let me try to figure that out. Bullet gauge to 6. Well, hopefully you guys can explain that a little bit more. But yeah, that's his ultimate skill. And then, apparently I skipped Kronos, so don't worry, I'll go back to him. But Giant Helios, her ultimate skill is Blessing of Helios. Main attributes, Strength, Dex, Intelligence are increased by 20%, and skill damage by 40% for entire allied party. So a huge support over there. Not only because, yeah, she's like number 1 in the Korean tier list. If you look at her, numbers might not mean anything to you, but her kit is really good. She emphasizes a lot when it comes to her shield and her cooldowns. and you know, cooldowns will allow you to spam abilities, and spamming abilities can actually play a key role when it comes to killing your enemies or getting a huge score or something. So a lot of people still use the Helios key. Now, getting back on topic and finishing this off with the Giant Kronos key. Giant Kronos, his ultimate skill is Frenzy, as well, like Prometheus apparently. But Frenzy, attacking his shield air. Oh god, I am getting pronounced that wrong. Ias? Ias. I think I'm saying that wrong, so guys, correct me. Move reflects 40% damage back to attackers, so definitely sounds like a warrior tanky skill that will make the enemy regret attacking them. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'll put the link to this site down below. But thank you guys for watching. This was pretty long because I had to go over all of them. But put it down in the comments below what you think about these ultimate skills. When it comes to ultimating the skills in global, most likely it's gonna kick in when chapter 4 comes around, because that's what it said in the release date when it comes to the wiki, and also yeah, it's just imitating whatever the Korean Dragon Blades also had when it comes to their release in time. So pretty much that's it. So thank you guys for watching. If you need to ask any questions or concerns, put it down in the comments below as well. But check out the other videos, check out supercoolestgeek videos, and pretty much, once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Oh, before I end this though, let me state that there's not gonna be any stream today, because most likely I'll be focused on editing and rendering. So I apologize for that. Hopefully I'll stream tomorrow in the afternoon, or late at night, or whatever time I usually did last week. So keep your eyes out on that. But I'm also going to give a shout out and thank you again to Merc H2O. He did a video talking about how to get the Korean Dragon Blades in global. I mean, no, the Korean Dragon Blades on iOS, not in global. What the hell am I saying? So check out his videos and give him a like as well and say thank you and stuff. But that's all. I'll see you guys around. Peace.